from a Google standpoint, from a search engine optimization, the moment, so imagine what's the main city here? Boston, right?
Yeah.
If you could have a Boston address, you're gonna have a lot more people searching for lashes in Boston. And two, you raise your prices with 20%. You're gonna lose 10% of the customers because some of them they're not gonna be able to pay. But because you raise your prices with 20%, it's gonna make the profit back. So you're not losing anything. So we talked about getting this Google thing up and running, Google My Business, Instagram, and Facebook at first. In my opinion, these three are enough to get started. You just have to start somewhere. That's the whole thing. Like don't beat yourself up thinking, oh, if I do this is gonna, because you're just gonna look at the positives, right? I always try to pull the positive in front, like, hey, I gotta get it started.
You're listening to the Full-Time Lash Artist Podcast. If you want to jumpstart your lash career, you can also watch Cosme's free lash training at www.fulltimelashartist.com. Let's grow.
So at first, you're gonna have to wear three different hats. So you're gonna have to wear a marketing hat, a sales hat, and a lash. I'm not saying that you're always going to wear these hats, but you're gonna have to understand when you have to use it and why. So at first, regardless if we're talking about Instagram, Google, YouTube, TikTok, or all these other platforms, you're gonna have to market yourself, right? In my opinion, this should be the last thing that you wanna outsource. Because have somebody else do it for you. Because if you don't know the messaging that's required, so marketing's job is just to get your brands and your business message and products and services out to the world. And marketing's job stops right there. Now you're gonna have to learn how to talk to a customer and convert it from a lead, right? Like, first you need leads, first you need traffic, then you convert that into leads. And then you have to convert them into sales. Only after that, when the person comes into the salon, now you're gonna have to put the sales hat down and be a good lash tech, right? So let's go back. So you were on Instagram, you were just scrolling because there's no search. You can search for hashtags, but then first you got introduced to her ad. So that was paid advertising. So marketing is actually split between advertising. A lot of people get confused and say, well, marketing is advertising. No. Marketing is actually split between advertising and branding. The salon itself and the product line, it's called Limit Lashes, right? So that's the business that eventually anybody, we decide in the future, want to sell the salon or we want to franchise it or whatever, it's not attached to her name, right? Like, you can run eventually. Let's say we decide next week we want to open a Lash in a Box franchise and it's operated under Limit Lashes name. Anybody can buy it and then run it on their own, right? Personal branding means you went to her personal name, Instagram, and it's an instant connection when you are able to put a face to a name and then now you start interacting with that person versus if you would have seen the ad from Limit Lashes and you see the logo, you don't know exactly who you're talking to. You don't like it's a little bit of way more work to sell a service from an actual salon, especially when it comes to training, right? So I'm not saying that one is necessarily better than the other, but if you want to be known as a lash artist in your city, so depending what you decide, we'll talk in a second about market research, based on where you're gonna open the salon, or let's say you start at first and just have some clients in a room, you rent the room or whatever it is. It's important to know if you decide to go with a business name or with a personal name, because if you want to be well known as a lash artist, it's important to understand what are the differences between these two, right? So that's what personal branding means. You have your name as the lash artist, but you can still have, from a legal standpoint and from an insurance standpoint and from a bank account standpoint and all that, you can still have the business name under, right? You are the person that's running it anyway.
Yes.
But if you want to promote the services, in my opinion, at the beginning, it's an instant connection with people, right? Now, let me ask you this. Do you need lashes? Do women need lashes?
Yes.
No. If the world ends tomorrow, can you? If you get say we get an asteroid tomorrow, and then now I only have 30 days to live. Do you need lashes? You don't.
No.
Exactly.
But I want to die cute though.
Once you have them on, and I know it sounds weird to come from a man to hear these words, but
He knows everything.
because I'm behind the videos and all that, I've heard so many things and I've learned so much about the industry that now I feel like, damn, I can almost.
You can do
So, but once you have them on, it's hard to not come back for it, right? So it's an important lesson for both of you to understand when you set up your pricing. Because one, they're not cheap. So when you try to sell lashes for cheap, you attract an audience that eventually, when you want to raise your prices, you're either gonna lose them all, but here's why. Imagine, so let's make a quick stop here. So 10 times 300 a month, it's 3,000 plus the 300 for the first time. So on average, a customer spends about $3,300 a year on lashes. That's not cheap, right? So what does that tell you? You don't want people that don't make money. You want people, you want to go after people that make a minimum. You want to build your clientele thinking about long term and thinking about, all right, how can this person afford this on a monthly basis? Because if you just get a customer for one time and then they're not coming back, you don't have a business, right? And let me tell you, this is the fact that you can advertise. You advertise pretty much one time in theory. You get one customer, and that customer is coming back all this time for all these refills, right? A lot of businesses don't have this luxury. Like my first company was a moving and storage company. A person only moves every 10 years, right? We still advertise the same amount of money to acquire one person. Now, yes, there are referrals programs that you can put in place in terms of, hey, we pay you $100 if you send us a customer that. So, but the same thing can apply here, right? Like you make a referral program where, hey, you send me a customer, you get $50 off your next set of lashes. Things like that, right? So think about this when you start offering your services. I understand that it's a learning curve at first, and you have to be confident with your ability to apply lashes professionally. And maybe it takes you a few weeks, maybe it takes you a few months, depending on how much time you have on your plate to do these services for free. But in my opinion, the moment you feel, and again, you should never try to find an excuse of, hey, I'm not confident enough, so I'm keep doing it for free, because eventually you're gonna burn out thinking like, damn, I'm doing all this work for free. And at first it's gonna take you 3-4 hours, whatever. I remember when we did the first couple of sets. And she had the salon, quote unquote, it was an office next to my office. And I knew what time she went inside and what time. I'm like, oh damn, like 4 hours and for free. But one thing that I want to make sure because you mentioned the testimonials. Even though you offer your services for free, ask for a favor for the person that's coming and getting their lashes for free to leave you either a 5-star written review on Google or a video testimonial.
Those are important.
In my opinion, if you get 2 video testimonials, you're fine. With those, really, because Mina's actual lash business, not the training, was built on 2 video testimonials from
we were running
because those 2 videos you can run them as ads continuously.
And I just through my phone with my client.
You saw the testimonial. You saw the testimonial now on the website. It's the iPhone. And then, so those are for trainings. Those are for training. Those are with students. But the same thing she did for
clients,
actual lash clients. Same exact thing. Some people will say, I'm not comfortable on camera, please don't. That's fine. You'll get people. But again, that's why you only need 2 videos. The written ones, as many as you can on Google. So, because we are here still at marketing, the one platform that you want to start as soon as possible, even before Instagram, it's Google My Business. It's free. It's going to bring you organic SEO, search engine optimization. When people, like you mentioned, you searched lash artists near me. Now, most likely you clicked on an ad because we advertise on Google. Advertising. So I'll show you this. And trust me, the reason that I know the system works is Ta-da, you're here. You're here. Scroll here below and see.
She's the first one.
Well, I'm here, so I say lash training near me. If I go in Boston, maybe she'll be the third one. It'll be more people, right?
Yeah.
But this is what I'm talking about when I say Google My Business. So again, personal branding, it's her name, right? So when it's lash training, it's one thing for people at first, you search for lash training, right? But now you know her name. So now in the future, every time when you'll think, hey, maybe I want another class to master more volume or extra or mega volume or whatever, now you know her name. You're probably not going to search again lash training. You're probably going to just look and see what's her name, right? So that's what I mean when, personal brand. But this is Google My Business. So this is one thing that you only need the Gmail, and then decide what's going to be your name that you want to go for, both on Instagram and Google, right? So the same name that you're gonna have, it's important for these to match because in the future, again, all of these things.
Social media, right? Not just Instagram. So Google and social media.
So that's like all the platforms that you're gonna be on, it's important to have the same name. So don't have on one name, on one platform, one name, and then on the other have an underscore or whatever. don't do that because Google is gonna not connect the dots and they're gonna be like, since you're not together, they're not gonna link together. So you're gonna lose a lot of traffic. All right, any questions up until this point?
It's probably has what to do with what you said, but how do you go about picking a good name? Her brand is Limit Lashes and it's like by Cosmina, right? So her name's in there too.
And you have
if you want to add your name to your brand, should it be like Lashes by Mina or should I have it like a whole nother brand name?
My
name is Mina.
So there's really no, think about this. I'm trying to think about
to the name.
Right.
I'm trying to think about a good way to put it. An actual name or a name of a business is really nothing until you make something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You can always change the name.
You can?
But you don't want to do that.
You don't. But it's a great question but Limit Lashes is not the first version.
Oh, really?
No.
This is
Don't you have
the
the
third.
trademark?
So first one was Limitless Beauty Boss. Then was Limitless. No, that was like a long time ago when you were doing makeup. Then was Limitless Passion something. I can't remember that. Then we were Limitless Beauty Boss, and then it was Limitless Lashes. And believe it or not, I came up with the name actually.
Limit Lashes?
Well, first we were like Limitless, and I'm like, I don't like Beauty Boss. It just sounds too weird. It's not like lashes related.
Yeah.
So, but to go back and answer your question, one, look at a couple of competitors. Go and scroll through some of the names that they have, right? The reason that I put the name, legal name is not Limit Lashes by Cosmina. The logo is like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the legal name is not Limit Lashes by Cosmina.
The legal name is called
Just the legal name is Limit Lashes LLC because you're required by law when you create an LLC.
And for this it was here too. So right, Cosby?
So on the website as if you look on the bottom, whatever.
On the stuff that she gave us, it looks like LLC, like professional, like the brand.
But you require so when I say you can change your name all the time, so Limit Lashes LLC is required by law on IRS website. You don't apply for a tax ID number because you don't want to run the business by your social. Because there's a horror story that
I'm not trying to do that either. So what was it that you said? I don't want to do it through.
So you don't want to be a sole proprietor.
I don't.
So this my biggest mistake that I did in my life. 2015, started the business. I had no idea. I didn't have money. I didn't hire a consultant, any of that. So I just went and I went on IRS website and I say, start a new business. And the first thing was sole prop. Sole prop is a contractor. So think about construction, right? You go and you fix somebody's wall. You're a contractor. So that person typically is a sole proprietorship. That means you run your business with your social security number. That's public information. Anybody can.
I don't know how America does that. So
no, but it's not.
It's not for everything.
It's not, and you shouldn't do it. It's the easiest way to get audited by the IRS.
Course.
So you go and again, disclaimer: I'm not an accountant. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a CPA. None of that.
But talk crap.
You can go to irs.gov and you apply for a tax ID number. It's called EIN.
Yes.
If you got a passion for lashes, let me see it. It's time to level up. If you need me to, I'll teach you my 6-figure secret. Better believe it, 'cause I believe in you. You're listening to to the Full-Time Lash Artist Podcast. If you want to jumpstart your lash career, you can also watch Cosme's free lash training at www.fulltimelash.com.